Welcome to the fight world. There's always something going on in the MMA, and we're here to bring the latest in this ever-evolving sport. Before we dive in, take a second to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the latest fight news. And with that, let's get to it. Days after Dana White diss track release, Jake Paul talks Francis Ngannou lawsuit threat. Jake Paul is coming after Dana White, and in his latest move, he's now shining a light on a lawsuit threat that Francis Ngannou's manager received just before his heavyweight title fight on January 22nd at UFC 270. Francis confirmed that the UFC sent a letter to Markel Martin threatening a lawsuit. Well, days after Jake Paul released a diss track against the UFC president, in which he brings all kinds of things from fighter pay to lack of fighter healthcare to accusations of cheating on his wife, Jake Paul is making sure the world knows about what happened with Ngannou. In a statement to MMA Fighting, this is what Jake Paul had to say. Dana White is too busy sending out lawsuit threats to his heavyweight champions minutes before they enter the cage to fight another man, Paul said. Speaking of his feud with White over fighter pay, I think he actually sent my partner Nakisa Bidarian the same thing at 9 p.m. that night when Dana's supposedly being president at his big pay-per-view event for a public company. Imagine if Adam Silver sent a lawsuit to LeBron James minutes before he took the floor for the NBA Finals, then refused to present him with the NBA championship trophy after he won, Paul added. It's pure disrespect to the athlete and to the sport. Paul here also brings up the fact that White skipped out on the main event and didn't place the title around Ngannou's waist when he beat Cyril Gane, in what looked to many as a public snub. Jake Paul has been talking a lot about fighter pay and forming a fighters union, and this is just throwing salt on the wound for him. For his part, Dana White has stated that he was busy taking care of some backstage business that prevented him from the post-fight festivities in the Octagon for the UFC 270 main event. What do you think about Jake Paul mentioning the lawsuit threat? And how do you feel about the Dana White diss track? Following his Bellator 273 win, the future is uncertain for Benson Henderson. Since making his Bellator debut in 2016, Benson Henderson has gone 6 of 6, and perhaps hoped it had gone better than it did. Smooth did, however, pull off a major upset at Bellator 273 over the weekend, beating heavily favored Islam Mammadov via split decision, snapping the Russian's 20-fight unbeaten streak. The former UFC champion was coy about his future, not really sure where it would lead, as this was his last fight on his current Bellator deal. Negotiations are set to begin soon, but he did hint that this could be the end of the line. This is what Smooth said about the post-Bellator 273 press conference over the weekend.
This is my last fight on my deal with Bellator. They pay me a lot of money. I might have underfought my contract, so going to the renegotiations, I'm not sure how they're going to treat me. We'll see, we'll find out, but I do know that if this is the last one, this is a great way to go out.
Some people online are saying that there is a possibility that Henderson could simply retire, including Bellator head Scott Coker, who said he would welcome a conversation with Smooth if he does want to come back. We'll see what happens. What do you think Henderson's next move should be? Do you think he's done it all in his career? And can retire on a high-snapping young prospect streak? Or should he continue to ploy his craft? Paul Craig, Chase Hooper, set to fight in the coming months. The UFC is announcing a few more fights in the coming months. As fan favorite, Paul Craig looks to continue his UFC win streak when he takes on Nikita Krylov on March 19th. The light heavyweight fight will take place at UFC London at the O2 Arena on March 19th. The same card headlined by the heavyweight battle between Alexander Volkov and Tom Aspinall. Craig has gone unbeaten in 5 fights, 4 wins, 1 split draw in his first fight with Marcio Shogun Rua. At number 11 in the UFC's light heavyweight rankings, Craig is a well-rounded fighter who has also won 3 straight fights, the last 2 by knockout. However, he has 12 submission victories in his career and is incredibly dangerous off his back. Meanwhile, Nikita Krylov is looking to bounce back from his decision loss to Magomed Ankalaev last February. Still, he does have wins over Ovin St. Preux and Johnny Walker. The UFC also added a fight on their May 21st card, a featherweight bout between Chase Hooper and Philip Corrales. Though the location and venue have yet to be revealed for this UFC Fight Night event, it will be a return for Hooper, who will look to get back to his winning ways following his decision loss at the hands of Steven Peterson last June at UFC 263. He's 2-2 since earning a contract on Dana White's Contender Series back in July 2018. Meanwhile, Corrales is looking to bounce back after dropping a split decision to Chris Gutierrez at UFC Vegas 39 last October. Who you got in these fights? Give us your predictions in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining us here today to get caught up with the latest fight news. Let us know what you think in the comments. Also make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on all things MMA. Thanks for watching.